One of the biggest changes for us when we started our debt-free journey was learning how to have fun without spending very much money. We were used to only having fun when we were spending money, and the concept of free and frugal fun wasn't really in our vocabulary, but we figured it out, and I want to share some of our favorite things that we did during our debt-free journey and still do now that's free and frugal. Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Allison with Baby Stepping to Freedom, and on my channel I share all about our debt-free journey and paying off $125,000 worth of debt, and I give you tips and tricks to help you along the way. If that sounds like something you might be interested in, make sure you scroll down now, press the red subscribe button so you don't miss any upcoming videos. So I'm going to get right down to it because I'm just going to list out a bunch of ideas and things that we have done to have fun that doesn't cost very much money or might not cost money at all. A lot of these things really depend on the time of year because there are things that you can do this time of year, like Christmas time, that is free and frugal, or there's usually a lot more things that you can do in the summer that's free or frugal. So this kind of varies based on what time of year it is, but there's always something to do that doesn't cost very much money that is fun. So one of my favorite things to do this time of year, Christmas time, right now it's a couple weeks before Christmas, and everyone in my neighborhood or everyone, locally is putting up their Christmas lights. And so we just like to drive around or walk around the neighborhood and look at all the Christmas lights. Usually we walk around and look at the people nearby and then drive around to maybe some commonly known houses that have a lot of Christmas lights and just look at the decor, I guess. We also have Christmas tree lighting ceremonies in our town and other kind of Christmas events that are free that we can go to. So all these little events and festive activities most of the time are free and, in my opinion, are super fun to go to and just feel really festive. Kind of along the same lines as that is, if it's summertime, taking a look at your local Parks and Rec department to see what kinds of events they're putting on, like at a neighborhood park or maybe at an event center or something. The city that I live in often has like weekly events, typically for kids in the summer. So there's like crafts in the park, or you can go to the skate park and meet someone famous, or I don't know, I've never done that, but they have events going on almost every week in the summer that you can go to and just learn something new or participate in a craft or anything like that. Last summer, I took my niece and nephew to a crafts at the park thing, and it was dinosaur themed. And so they had all these stations around the park where you could make like a volcano, and you made a little fossil, and there was like a coloring thing, and then you could check out a book to bring back to the next park activity day, and they had tons of fun, and I had tons of fun taking them, and we didn't spend any money. So check out your local Parks and Rec department to see if you have anything like that nearby. I think a lot of times these events are underutilized because maybe the advertising isn't super great, or people don't know that it's a thing that's happening. So know that it's a thing that's happening and try and find it. Another thing that we like to do that's free, basically, within our grocery budget, I guess, is to have a potluck with our friends that's themed. So it could be like different types of food, Greek food or Mexican food or something like that, or a theme that goes along with like a show or a movie or something, and have everyone bring a dish. And if it's a, I don't know, SpongeBob theme, you watch a SpongeBob episode or whatever it is. If it's a Greek themed food, watch My Big Fat Greek Wedding or something like that. So dinner and a movie with your friends, potluck, and just get people together, use your grocery budget, and have a good time. We also really like to have game nights with our friends and neighbors. So a lot of times they're really just out of the blue. Our neighbors will come over and we'll be like, hey, you want to play a game? One of our favorite games to play with our neighbors is the game Sequence. It's like so much fun. If you haven't played Sequence, I highly recommend it. I got our Game of Sequence at Goodwill used, and it's perfect. There's nothing wrong with it, and it was like a quarter of the price, and it is so much fun. Usually we open up a bottle of wine, and as the wine gets lower, the game usually gets funner. More fun. Funner. We also like to go to like Trader Joe's or just the grocery store or something, find a few cheap bottles of wine or buy individual bottles of beer and create like an at-home flight, a wine flight. So tasting different wines or tasting different beers. I mean, if you go to a brewery and do a beer flight, they're usually like $15, at least that's what it is around here. But you could go buy like 4 bottles of beer and it would be a fraction of the price, and just as fun or more fun because you don't have to worry about getting home because you're already home. A lot of these things are really at home fun because it's much cheaper to do things at home. So you just kind of have to figure out how to have fun at home, I guess. Speaking of having fun at home, we are big fans of The Office. And if we just want to have like a night in that's fun, I'm serious. We will binge a ton of episodes of The Office, drink a bottle of wine, make dinner while we're watching The Office, or if you have any show, if it's not The Office, just any show, and just kind of like have a movie night or a binge watch Netflix night. Netflix and chill, I guess. If you want to do something a little more active, not staying home, drinking, eating, watching TV, going on a hike, finding a new trail or a new park nearby is free. I like the app All Trails because you can enter in your location and look at all different kinds of hikes in your area that are easy all the way to like expert level hikes, and that way you can kind of plan out where you're going to go and know if there's cell phone service or how long the hike is, all of those kinds of things that just kind of helps you be prepared and find new places. So hiking, super fun, super cheap. Another thing that we did during our debt-free journey, we haven't done it in a while, but we would sign up for secret shopping jobs, I guess. There's a few apps that we used. One was Easy Shift, the other one was Field Agent. I'm sure there's other ones out there, but those are the two that we used. And basically, you sign up for a job and you go into a store. It's like Walmart or Walgreens or Safeway, whatever. Go into the store and you have to find a certain item and maybe see how the item is displayed, or interact with someone who's working there and talk about your experience interacting with them. All those things, enter in the information in the app, and you get paid for it. So a lot of times we would both sign up for different jobs around the city, drive around together, go in and do the job together. Sometimes we could do a job at the same store and make money and just hang out together. Another often underutilized tool is the library. I think a lot of times people forget about the library and forget how much is available at the library. So obviously you can check out books at the library, but there's usually movies and music, and there's kid areas at the library where kids can play games and look at books and check out movies, those kinds of things. Also, there's often events at the library too. So check out your local library and see what kinds of events are happening. But also, while you're there, check out a new movie or check out a new book and find some entertainment for free. You could even check out a cookbook at the library, look through it, find a recipe that you've never made before, go home and make that thing. You maybe have to go to the store and get a couple things, but you are having free and frugal fun by going to the library and finding a new cookbook. You are using your grocery budget to cook something at home. You're going home and cooking a meal that you have never made before. Maybe cook it with your spouse or cook it with your kids and try something new and have fun doing it. A lot of times we like to go to a local movie theater on Tuesdays. They have like $5 Tuesdays, or I don't know, it's some catchy name, but it's $5 for a movie ticket, and they're like actual movies that are playing, new movies, and it's only $5. So we can go to the movies, $10 total for our tickets. They have a $2 bag of popcorn, so we'll share that and have a $12 date night, go see a movie and have popcorn. I know that that's a pretty common thing that movie theaters do, especially on nights that are super slow. So that's why it's Tuesday night. I'm assuming they do it on Tuesday because who goes to the movies on a Tuesday and pays full price? So check out your local movie theater and see if that's something that is available. We actually have to drive a ways. The local theater that's right next to our house doesn't do it, but there's one that's like 20 minutes away that does it. Worth the drive, in my opinion. So these are just a few things that we did during our debt-free journey, and now to have fun and not spend very much money. It was a really hard transition for us in the beginning to go from having fun was going to a museum or going out to dinner or going to a concert or something that costs money. Going from that to figuring out how we can still be entertained and do things and have fun in life and not be miserable, but not spend very much money. And a lot of it has taken some creativity to kind of figure out what are some new things that we can do and save money. And it's also required us to kind of change our expectations of fun. And it's actually been a really eye-opening experience to realize that what everyone else is doing for fun doesn't have to be what we do. Just because your friend is going to all the concerts that are happening doesn't mean that you have to do that to have fun. We can all have fun in different ways, and if you want to have fun without spending money, it is definitely possible. So obviously there are way more ways to have free and frugal fun other than what I listed here. So let me know down below what you like to do that doesn't cost very much money, but is entertaining. Keep it like PG rated though. Thanks for watching. I appreciate you being here and spending this time with me. I will see you next time. Bye.